I go forward with the belief, as others have said, that as human beings, our greatest glory consists not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall.
Well, the very rich and very powerful are very different. Now, not all of them, but a lot of them, at least when it comes to sex. The riskier, the better, and the more of it, the best. Why is that? Let us ask psychologist Dr. Victoria Zadrock. Doctor, why is that?
Well, politicians are risk takers, and risk-taking behavior is associated with sensation seeking. So those are the same people who are willing to take risks in politics, in life, and also in seeking sexual gratification.
Even at the risk of killing their careers.
Well, sexual desire is a very powerful motivator, and some people have better impulse control than others. When it comes to politicians, these are people who a lot of times have a lot of narcissistic entitlement. They believe what's called in psychology of exception, that they're better than others, that rules don't apply to them. They're entitled to special things, and that's what Mr. Spitzer thought. He was special.
All right, but in Eliot Spitzer's case, he had this clean boy image. He was going after corruption and evil and all of this other stuff. So he seemed to have this sort of Boy Scout reputation. It's not what it appears. Did the power and success make him that way, or what?
Well, I'm sure this was just an image, a convenient image to project. He was a smart guy. He knew what would appeal to general public. Meanwhile, underneath all of this, there was a person who believed he was special, who was entitled to this, who was a risk taker and sensation seeker, and who was going to do whatever it took to gratify his sexual needs.
But does the power make them horny, or were they always horny to begin with?
Well, first of all, those people who end up in power have usually higher than normal testosterone level, because testosterone
Did Richard Nixon have high testosterone?
Because testosterone level is associated with dominance and goal-directed behavior in males, and it's also associated with sex drive. So you can compare politicians to evolutionary psychologists compare politicians to modern-day alpha male gorillas.
Really? Well, I've actually interviewed a few. So you're saying that we're going to see more of this, right?
Absolutely.
It's the nature of the beast, the nature of the CEO, the nature of the powerful politico.
Exactly. High testosterone level, risk-taking, sensation-seeking, power as an aphrodisiac. It's a constellation that leads to this sort of psychology of exception, where you believe rules don't apply to you and you are entitled to instant gratification.
All right, but a lot of women are horny, right? So what are they doing?
Actually, well, women are better at impulse control. Also, women are better
I don't necessarily buy that. A lot of women have been saying we're better, we don't do this, we're saints.
Women also are better at,
right?
You know, when women want to, they use different tactics to attract males. They make themselves more attractive. They don't necessarily pursue. They also don't they mix emotion with sex. So very few women pursue sex just for the sake of sex.
You know, I've talked, Doctor, to so many women lately since this scandal broke. No, it's not like a Spitzer thing, just relax. But lately, and they've been saying, you know, men are pigs. Men are pigs, and this proves it. The more successful they are, it just proves that when all is said and done, they're pigs. Are they?
Well, men have 100 times higher testosterone level than women. That means they have
100 times more.
Yes, and
okay.
Also they have a lot more cells in their brain devoted specifically to sexual pursuit.
Well, what are the women's cells devoted?
Well, we're devoted to relationship and emotions, and just making sure everything's okay, making sure that taking care of business.
But I read a study that 25% of women cheat.
Yes, women do cheat.
And 35% of men. So that's a toss in a
We
primary.
are catching up. We're definitely catching up. You know, people used to think, psychologists used to think that only men cheat, because from evolutionary perspective, it makes more sense for men to cheat. They want to procreate as much as possible, to sow their seed. But now they're finding out that even in tribal societies, women cheat as well for different reasons. They cheat for paternity confusion and for resource extraction. So obviously, there's a ton of women that are cheating. They're just more smarter about it, and they are using it to obtain different means. They're not cheating for sex, just for sex.
All right, you lost me at extraction, Doctor, but very good seeing you. Thank you very much. I'd love to see you back, because I have a feeling we'll have another crisis in short order.
Okay.
Doctor, thank you.